Wow, today is absolutely insane. It is Friday over here in Hong Kong, the 16th of April, and everything is just blowing up, especially Doge. Just like, oh my God. It's like one of those days you wake up and you're just like, what is everyone doing? Why is everyone buying Doge? It's like literally I woke up and one of my high school friends texted me and he was like, oh, I have a long position on Doge, check this out. And I saw him taking profits, right? So he had a long, he bought long like yesterday, and then he sold it for literally $8,000 profit. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, so we're in a totally insane state right now in crypto. Just say the very least, we got like, let's take a very quick look at the charts right now. We got, oops, let's see, we don't even have any charts loaded. So we have, wait, yeah, Ethereum at $2,500 with Bitcoin $63,000. So it's not too much movement, but the main movements are in the alts. So we have Dogecoin just pushing up, doubling in price today. It's almost at 30 cents. I mean, who would have thought about that? I mean, that's just, my mind is blown. And we have a lot of other coins like Litecoin moving up 6%, Bitcoin Cash moving up too. We got Tron. The Tron is up. So yeah, a lot of alts moving up today. It's insane. It's insane. And a lot of this has to do with the fever on crypto. So because of the Coinbase listing, so Coinbase listed on the NASDAQ, this is the equity, this is the shares of Coinbase, and that's causing a lot of fundamental shifts in psychology, especially both in Wall Street and in mainstream media. There's a lot of discussions. In fact, yesterday, or in fact this morning, I was looking at this discussion. This is a video by Justin Kan. So Justin Kan is the co-founder of Twitch, him and Emmett Shear. So they were doing a podcast, literally just nonstop talking about crypto, about people who have missed the boat. That's kind of funny. He had a funny story where he was saying back in 2013, he really wanted to invest in Coinbase. And it was a situation where unfortunately he didn't. He didn't manage to get in. But if he did, he would have gotten and been able to buy Coinbase at literally 20 cents, right? 20 cents per share of Coinbase, and now it's taken off to the moon, obviously. Base shares. Let me just look at the current price right now. I think it's $300 something Coinbase stock. It's insane, right? So obviously the reason why this is so crazy, this why there's so much impact right now is because two factors, right? One is because of the legitimacy it brings. Everyone's being, pulled into this huge giant evaluation of coin, but also at the same time, people who have bought coin earlier, right? So this is people who have been in either the pre-rounds, Series A, B, or C. If they manage to get in, they're making massive profits, right? If you go from 20 cents to $322. All right, just think about the implications of that. So there are funds, and like we said before, like some universities, we saw Digital Currency Group, Barry Sobert, these guys have been making bank on Coinbase. And because they've been making bank, they can now cash out some of those shares because once it's listed on NASDAQ, there's a lot of liquidity. They can start selling those shares without drastically impacting the price of this before they have to do pre-markets and privately trade it, right? So this is a situation where people have been making money, and it's very likely that they're going to re-enter, right? We've already saw during the interview with Barry Sobert that he's like, oh yeah, when I sell my Bitcoin Coinbase shares, I'm going to just increase my position, right? He's going to invest around the cryptocurrency space, which is kind of what's happening on the market right now. We've seen this insane amount of growth. So this is fueled by two factors. One is just the attention that the Coinbase listing on NASDAQ has brought to the cryptocurrency space. And then the second factor is that a lot of funds who have purchased Coinbase, they can take some profits and reinvest that into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So this video, we're going to cover just an overview on the markets. I'll talk about what I'm doing in this market right now. I mean, it's total insanity. I'll tell you a really stupid story about Doge. Yeah, I'll come clean with it. I'll confess my story with Doge. So that's all in today's episode. We're also going to follow up on some altcoins. There's a lot of developments here. I personally think DeFi is really the next big target. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. I do have to apologize today. There is a lot of construction noise. It seems like the next door neighbors they're like tearing their place apart or something. Well, anyway, so apologies if you guys hear loud construction music. I'm trying my best to filter it out with NVIDIA broadcast. So it's trying to filter out all the nasty noise, but I have no idea if it filters it out or not. And we have a cool video about NFTs from our friends at Cryptonauts. So anyways, super packed episode. Let's get started. And guys, before we start, you guys know it's action packed today, but just click those likes, right? Those clicking likes is like karma. Click those likes, make that market boost, smash it up, pump up that like button. It really does help the channel. It does help everything grow here. It helps build our community too. So yeah, let's get started. All right, folks. So yeah, the market has been pretty crazy and in much favor of the alts. So yeah, whilst Bitcoin and Ethereum haven't moved too much, right? But they haven't completely collapsed either. I think it's important to remember something, that people were afraid of a Coinbase listing dump day, right? People were afraid that during the listing day, because people tend to buy the rumor, right? And then when something happens in crypto, people tend to sell, right? That's been the general pattern that's been going on. But this time, right, we saw when Coinbase initially listed, yes, cryptocurrency prices did drop a slight bit, but immediately, right, we saw this during the live stream I was doing. It was a surprise live stream, but we saw this. People were just buying up. People were eating that dip up, right? So we never dropped below 2,000 for Ethereum. We didn't drop below 60,000 for Bitcoin. And now prices are moving up yet again. It's a situation where people are saying, yep, the market is insatiable at this current point. And this is why one of the reasons why I'm super bullish. Yes, the markets have been moving up and responding greatly, but what we've been seeing is this consistent buy pressure, right? This is what's important, that consistent buy pressure. The bears basically can't dump Bitcoin and Ethereum down, and the bulls are just buying that back up, right? That support is just so strong. Not letting Bitcoin fall is quite important. It's quite an important distinction that we see here. Whilst that, so it's, yeah, okay, anyways. Obviously, let me just take a quick look at the alts. I mean, Dogecoin goes without saying. Ethereum, MakerDAO, you definitely see a disproportional number of ups versus the downs today, right? So this is where the alts are really performing at this current point, right? And it makes sense. It makes sense, right? People who have made profits from Bitcoin or Ethereum or Coinbase, they're looking to diversify, right? They're looking to find the next Coinbase, right? That's been everyone's strategy. So there are people, obviously, there's normies who have never had exposure to crypto and they're thinking, maybe I should buy coin. But the smarter people, the galaxy brain moves right now, is to find the next Coinbase because Coinbase already has this huge evaluation right now, right? It's above $100 billion. So the potential for growth, that's kind of more limited than something that's new or developing. That's kind of the philosophy coming in. So you can definitely see there's a huge push for the alts at this current point. Let's just take a look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts very quickly over here. So yes, like I did say, there was this candle, right? This red candle that happened during the Coinbase listing day, 14th, right? But we really quickly pushed up. So now the way I'm looking at it is that we're having a little bit of resistance for Bitcoin at $64,000, right? But we broke through the previous resistance of $60,000, which is now going to become our support at this current point. So we're going to have to see. We're going to test the market to see how strong our support is. Let's just go for the 1 hour view of everything here. It's going to make everything a little bit more clear. So you definitely see that there was a rejection of around $64,000. Basically, the bears are saying, nope, don't go above this for the time being, all right? For the time being. And then we have Coinbase listing, and it caused this dump because people were expecting there was going to be a major sell-off once a Coinbase listing happens, by the rumor, dump the news. But the dump really did not last, right? It was a single candle on the 1 hour. So it would lasted for like a max 2 hours, like these, 3 hours, 1, 2, 3, 3 candles here. But you definitely see that reversal candle, and we're moving up yet again. So yet again, we're close to testing up that, see how strong this resistance really is. And my gut feeling is that this is not going to be very strong resistance. The bears are probably not going to put up a big fight right now because those numbers are just amazing, right? If you look at Coinbase, right, like everyone's looking at the recap of Coinbase and the listing on NASDAQ, and you see that, okay, Coinbase's numbers, they did not absolutely fly, right? But at the same time, they're still above 250, which is the kind of the value that NASDAQ really put it at. So 250 was, their suggested listing price, but it's above that right now. It did take a dump. So I just want to say, the pre-market speculation was around 600, right? 628. So this was what on FTX, this was just trading Coinbase shares prior to the listing of Coinbase. But when it lists, right, it just took a major dump. So this is what most people are talking about, this major dump that happened. Why did this happen? Well, the reason is very clear. Right. So the reason is very clear. It's because people who bought into Coinbase very early on during either pre-rounds A, B, or C, they want to take some profits. And this is very clear. Some profit taking did happen, right? They did have major sell orders. This is when the markets just kind of took a fall. But right now, I still don't see this as a weak signal. I still see this as very strong. It's above 250 dollars per share, and I think that's a kind of key thing. I think general public is also wisening up to this too. I mean, if you've watched every single crypto-based channel, you guys all know that we're kind of lukewarm to this. We've been exposed to crypto for such a long time. We don't need to buy coin to have the exposure, and we're very critical of that. So that's my current take. I'm just kind of waiting. I haven't entered any positions in Coinbase. I don't hold any Coinbase. I feel like at this current point, I don't think it's necessary for me to enter, but I have entered a lot of alts recently. That's kind of my current strategy on the trade floor right now. I'm also definitely eyeing what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin responds very positively, or if it really does pump, then I'm here to eye and see what happens and how that affects the market. Now, obviously, with Ethereum, we have a very good story coming up here. We have Ethereum moving up beyond the resistance. So we saw the resistance at around $2,100, and then boom, it just blew up. Right? This is a situation where it's above the 21-day moving average. We kind of crossed that on the 29th, and this is when I said just watch this very closely. And also, I kind of re-entered quite a few positions into ETH, right? Because the interesting part about ETH is I think a lot of people who understand Bitcoin, right? People are starting to understand Bitcoin. They're going to look to ETH, and they're going to look to other coins to see where the growth opportunities are. So we definitely see ETH pushing all the way up here to 2,500, and that DeFi narrative, I think, is going to become a lot stronger in the next few days. So I'm definitely eyeing the market very closely. My ETH bags are definitely full, and I'm definitely looking for some growth opportunities here. So yeah, this market has just crossed. I do want to say something though. Okay, this is the rainbow chart. You guys know I love the rainbow chart. I think everyone loves the rainbow chart right now. So this is all right. So this is all the way from 2012, and this tracks. So this is the rainbow chart for Bitcoin. Right, so this is Bitcoin data all the way from 2012, and it seems to fit within this rainbow, with the red being the peak of the bubble territory and the blue being the kind of the bottom. This is the buy now, basically a fire sale, right? So yeah, fire sale happened pretty much in March last year when Bitcoin dropped to, it's actually dropped below this, actually. It dropped to 3,800, depending on which exchange you're at. But that flash drop, that was marked the bottom, and then now we're moving up. So in terms of where we are right now, this is where the FOMO intensifies phase. I definitely think that is the case, where we have the fear of missing out. It is popping up. So even though it feels like we've been growing massively, it feels like maybe we're at the top, I don't think so. This is where I feel like it's very possible for Bitcoin to grow to $450,000 or beyond We've been looking at these crazy figures, and I feel like this year is a year where there were some fundamental changes that is going to bring about a much bigger growth. Reason being is that there's a lot more institutional investors involved. The other proof that you kind of want to see here, let me just see if I can bring the article very quickly. So if you guys need proof for that, so Grayscale, right? So Grayscale, the GBTC, this is one of the ways that institutional investors can buy crypto, right? They have $50 billion under management already, 50 billion with the capital B. That is just absolutely insane. So this is a measure of institutional demand. And what's kind of interesting, right, is that for the longest period of time, the Grayscale BTC had a premium. This means that investors were dying to get in. They were buying this at above Bitcoin price. Now, not so much. So the current trend is the GBTC premium. GBTC premium. I just show this up here. So yeah, let's look at this charts very quickly. So this is a measure of it's a kind of a pseudo measure of institutional demand. So throughout 2020, we had this premium on GBTC, and GBTC is such a terrible asset, to be honest. Okay, I'll be honest here. They're charging a 2% management fee per year, and they had a premium for a while. So this means that institutional investors, they're willing to pay 2% on every dollar to invest every year to have exposure to Bitcoin, right? So this was a premium that was happening throughout 2020. They were willing to pay more for GBTC and pay that premium and pay that like the annual fees as well. But now, of course, right now, everyone's saying that there is now a discount on GBTC. All right, so right now it's at a 13% discount. It's quite a big discount. And one of the reasons why, very likely, is because there's other ways for institutional investors to get in that are more efficient. So this is, I think, a lot of people are misreading this chart and saying, oh yeah, institutional demand is at an all-time low. People are selling this for cheap. That's actually not true. It's because there's other competing services out there that's offering institutional investors, allowing institutional investors to go in, especially right now with the ETFs being announced and more custody solutions as well, which don't charge a 2% fee. All right, so I think that's the best way to look at this. So yes, this is why, okay, so going back to the story again, this is why I feel like we're still we can have this explosive potential is because the institutional investors are coming in. Retail was quite lukewarm, but retail is warming up. This is where the FOMO intensifies. I definitely think FOMO intensifies is the word on the street right now. Everyone is talking about crypto and Bitcoin, the fear of missing out. But of course, obviously, we're getting closer and closer. The hotter we get, the more we move towards this bubble territory. So this is something we're well aware of, but I definitely see there's a bit more potential to go, which is why I'm writing this out. There's no reason for me to not wait until when it's red hot, right? That's the red hot is what I'm waiting for. And something that's quite interesting about these charts, right? And something that's interesting about the discussions as well is that when the red hot season comes, the spikes in growth is insane. So say, for example, in 2017, when Bitcoin was 8,000, it took literally less than a month for Bitcoin to hit 19,000, right? So add an extra one in front of that number. So this is why I'm kind of like, it's a situation like crypto is very, very dangerous to trade. All right, it's getting more and more risky to trade, but at the same time, it's also getting more and more profitable. So this is the hard part about trading crypto and why this channel is not financial advice. Obviously, I've taken some I have a safety net if everything goes poorly, right? I can survive multiple bear markets. But I think the reason why a lot of people get screwed over by crypto is because they're over leveraged or they're out of position, right? So this is something key to remember, guys. You guys need to manage your finances properly. For me, I've done that. I've been continuously doing that. And this is why I'm allowing myself to stay in this market much longer. It's because I'm allowed to lose a lot before I completely get screwed over. In fact, I can lose my entire DEGEN trading account and I still won't fail, right? This is where I have multiple kind of accounts set up. So if one of them blows up, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me and my well-being. So anyways, just saying that, just saying. All right, so obviously I think everyone wants to talk about Doge as well. I've seen the year of the meme, the year of the FOMO, and this is just such a controversial topic, right? You see that insane amount of growth for Doge, but obviously Doge, there's a balance here, right? So let's start with the negative first. I think that's the best way. So Doge is not a smart term investment. Here is why. Well, okay. The problem with Doge, obviously, is that there's no development, right? It's pretty much development dead for a while. It was designed to be a meme. It was designed to be fun, and people are trading it. Now, the other big issue with Doge that I've spotted is that there is a big holder, right? There's a big holder of Doge that is, let me see. Let's see what's the data here. Doge. Where's the one that says a Doge holder? There was a big Doge holder, Doge whale. I had it saved up here. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so okay, for your information, just one single address owns 28% of all Doge in existence. That alone should worry anybody. So there is a big Doge whale, all right, someone who owns 28% of the supply of Doge, right? Let me calculate that number. So if the market cap is $34 billion, if you multiply by 0.28, this means this guy is holding what number is that? What gross obscene number is that? That's $9 billion worth of Doge. So this one person owns $9 billion of Doge. And if that one Doge whale decides to just say, one day I don't believe in Doge anymore, I think I'm out, I'm going to just market sell this. If $9 billion of Doge goes into the market as a sell order, watch out, right? Watch out. No amount of Elon tweeting will save that coin from destruction, right? But that hasn't happened yet, and there is word to worry. In fact, one of the figures quoted by CZ is that the top 10 wallets of Doge hold more than 50% of the supply, right? But this means that half of all Doge is being held by 10 people, 10 wallets even. Maybe those wallets are like the same person, so it might be even fewer than that. So that's a cause for concern for sure. So that's the negative about Doge. But at the same time, of course, Elon has just been nonstop tweeting about Doge barking at the moon every day. He has been nonstop talking about this. And Doge has auto marketing. I think that was yet again, it was a good analysis by CZ Binance. He says and I absolutely agree with that. It's a meme. People love memes right now. Never underestimate the meme. Never get in the way of a meme this year. I mean, memes took down Melvin Capital, well, almost, right? It made Melvin Capital bleed, like hemorrhage massive amounts of money during GameStop, right? The GameStonks meme. So this year, you don't want to get in the way of memes at this current point. Now, I did have a ridiculous trade, so I will confess. All right, I told you guys I will confess today. I confess to buying Doge Bull. All right, so what is Doge Bull? I actually posted this up on April 14th. So I bought this all the way back in March. So this is March the 2nd. I bought some Doge Bull. And the reason why was this, it was a completely degenerate trade, all right? It was completely degenerate. You can probably see here, I bought like I think 9,000. I think in total, I bought around $20,000 worth of Doge Bull over a period of time. So what is Doge Bull? Doge Bull is a 3 times leverage token for Doge. I thought if I'm gonna ape into this, like if I'm gonna be stupid and ape and have like trade the market, then I might as well go with a bull token, right? Because it's got 3x the leverage. Let's do it, right? Let's do it 3x, right? So that was my philosophy going in. I thought, well, instead of taking a perpetual futures, I thought just buy this 3x Doge bull token, right? So entry position was somewhere in March, all right? This is when people stopped talking, right? Elon tweeted and people just kind of forgot about it. So entry price around 3,000 and now it's 100,000. right? What? What? Like, I'm dumbstruck by this. I'm like literally dumbstruck. Going from $3,000 to $100,000 per Doge bull. So yeah, that was a big ape. That was a big ape. I mean, I knew I was willing. Like the problem with Doge bull is obviously if Doge drops by 30%, your position is going to be wiped out, right? Because it's if Doge drops by 33.3%, that means your entire position it's gone, right? But at the same time, if Doge rocket ships like this, what's happening right now, yes, it will go from $3,000 to $100,000. So, boy, I was in a surprise this morning. Like I literally woke up and I was like how much money do I have in Doge Bull? Like that was a stupid thing, the stupidest thing I've done, and the stupidest payoff ever. So yes, I did de-risk my position today. I was just like, you know what? Let me take some profits up here. In fact, the stupid part, right? The stupid part was that I was too rational. I took profits on the way up. Otherwise, I would have made way more. Like it's insane. So Black Film Guild is like, how much did you make? I made around $200,000 on that. Like that's my confession. That's my confession, right? So like 200K on that. That was just like absolutely stupid, right? Like I put like around 20K into that. Overall, cashed out over like a slow period of time, but ended up around $200,000. So yeah, that's why I'm pretty excited today. So that was a massive gain. I don't recommend people doing this. This is definitely not a promotion of some stupid coin. It was just like, it was a situation where I made a stupid move. Yeah, it really paid off. So, Patrick Kwok says, how come I never get stupid wins? The key thing I thought here was the reason why I bought Doge was because the hype was dying down. It was after the Elon tweets. It was like a few weeks after the Elon tweets, right? So like, I held myself from buying when Elon tweeted, when Doge was going up, and when it was crashing. I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do a stupid play for once, right? Let me turn my brain off and just ape into stupid stuff, and that is kind of my strategy. So I kind of described this earlier, where I have like the logical side of myself, where this is where I control my HODL accounts, which consists supposedly 30% of my portfolio plus in my strong HODLs, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and VeChain. And then I don't touch that, right? The logical side of me says, you know what, write it for a long term. Then I have my medium strong HODLs. I've been talking about DeFi coins, and a lot of that stuff is in my medium portfolio. But then recently I've been having this total degenerate portfolio, right? This is like the stupidest trades on the market, just completely disregard fundamental analysis, look at the way the market is moving, embrace what is happening, embrace the memes. So that's kind of my DEGEN portfolio. And that DEGEN portfolio was meant to be small, but it kind of grew. So the way I view it is that if DEGEN blows up, I'm fine. I'm not gonna cry. Like if that portion of my portfolio is meant to be tiny, it's designed to be tiny, it's designed to be risk managed. But I'm not going to be stupid and not embrace the market, right? That's the kind of the philosophy behind that. So anyway, so that's the DEGEN bags right there. DEGEN bags was a little bit crazy. Yeah. So obviously I did take some profits off that, and then I moved that up towards the medium and the main bag. So I did actually sell some Doge Bull today at around 80K, so less than what is right now. So right now it is at 100K for a Doge Bull. I still can't believe it. I'm still quite in shock that it is this crazy, but I did take some profits. I did buy some Litecoin Bull, and I bought some Balancer Bull because I felt like Balancer is quite unappreciated at this current point. So anyways, yeah, 3x leverage. It's basically coins that have 3x leverage on this, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I will tell guys kind of what's happening, but I definitely don't feel like this is something that will be main part of my channel. I feel like the fundamentals still work, and this is where a majority of my portfolio is, but yeah, I'm embracing the market a lot more because of just how it's going. Where you don't want to stand in the way of memes. I felt like 2017 was a time when I stood in the way of memes, like, oh, a stupid meme coin, no one should buy that. And now in 2021, I'm like, okay, Doge Bull, let's go, 3x. Stupid. FTX is the bull marketplace. Yeah. So FTX, they have bull tokens. The reason why I felt it kind of worked for me in that situation is with bull tokens, you don't have to isolate your account, right? So you have Bitcoin bull, you have ETH bull, you have Doge bull, you have Balancer bull, Balbo. So you can just search it. I mean, there's so many products up there. So don't first and foremost, right? So first and foremost, they have bear and bull tokens. So bear is what you buy when you think it's going to go down, and bull is what you buy when you think it's going to go up, right? So these are 3x leveraged tokens. On FTX, there's a link down below if you guys really like FTX, but this is just completely DEGEN. I bought some of Balancer Bull today. I thought, why not? Take some profits from my Doge, just plow that into Balancer, and then fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so this is a crazy market. This is a crazy market right now. Anyways, I'm not going to preach endlessly, but all of this is risk managed, right? Just understand this is all risk managed at this current point. But okay. The last thing that's kind of interesting here, right? And I've got people sending me this chart now. We've been viewing this chart for months. This is the altcoin season index. When the index is 100, we are in a full-blown out season. And when it's below, like when it's at 10, it's like Bitcoin season, right? So right now we are at the biggest, we're at 100, right? We're literally at 96. We're at 96 right now, but we're definitely reaching this critical period of time when it's red hot, it is alt season, and this is both a time to be careful and a time to be degenerate, I guess, and for me, at the very least. So why do you want to be careful? It's because altcoins have a cyclic nature where it peaks and then it completely drops, right? This is like it completely gets obliterated in a very short period of time. People completely lose faith as if it's like the biggest scam in the world. And then for a few months later for people to freak out and buy more alts again, right? This has always been the cycle. I can kind of see. Every cycle is different. Obviously, the summer of DeFi was a very clear kind of sine wave pattern, but it doesn't always have to be in a sine or a cosine wave pattern. But yeah, and in 2017, we've blown up beyond this, right? We blew the scale. And this is what I'm kind of anticipating as well, is like why I'm going a little bit more degenerate is because during a full altcoin season, it can blow the scale. So yet again, this is like risk management degening at this current point. So if you're weak-handed, I definitely say, like, it's not just about weak-handed. If you want to manage risk, now is the time to manage risk, right? So if you're afraid that the market is going to move down and there's a possibility the market can slide down 90%, we've seen that before. I think there were videos being made about Icon back in 2017, right? This is something that I didn't get into. I was lucky, but when I watched these videos, people were talking about, Icon dropping 98% in the space of 3 days. So that's the risk. And be aware of that. Be well aware that we're entering one of the craziest cycles ever, and it is going to be a bubble. But at the same time, of course, during this period, this is where the insane plays are. So I guess that's kind of my rationale behind why I bought the Bull token. First of all, the Bull token it's not a perpetual futures that leverages my whole account. So if something bad does happen, I lose the entire token, but I don't lose my account, right? So that makes sense. So I don't have to create isolated accounts. And at the same time, it's a leverage position. So if it goes up by 100%, well, you go up by 300%, right? So that's kind of how my rationale behind this. So this market is an insane market. I have personally not, and I'll say this to you guys again, I have not touched my Bitcoin or Ethereum. In fact, I kind of increased my big bags. I've been doing totally degenerate stuff, and I'm trying very hard to isolate my mind such in a way that my degenerate side doesn't affect my main primary holding side. because that's the danger, right? When you have this delusion of grandeur, you have this like, oh, I'm number always goes up, let's go leverage everything and just like completely get wrecked. That's not for me, no thank you. So kind of having different brains. But for sure, today you guys are being more exposed to my degenerate brain because of that pretty big win. So, anyways, yeah. 200K on Doge, the most punchable face on YouTube. So yeah, yep. Crypto Deuces, I still feel very good about ontology. In fact, that is something that I did get into on both ontology and Neo. Neo has actually moved up quite a lot. Like all these coins from 2017, I think they've been making a major comeback. So yeah, last few days I did get into positions into Neo, into ontology, into Uniswap. I told you guys about Uniswap because I felt like the Coinbase fever can potentially spill over to Uni. So yeah, so entering 34 right now at 37. So it's okay. I'm still holding that out. There's what was the other one? Swap is doing well. So I was talking about Swap, how towards the end of this month they have some major stuff coming. So I've entered a position into Swap. I've been talking about that for like 3 days now, and I made a video about that so that to explain what is happening towards the end of this month. So check out the video on Trust Swap and why I actually think it's actually doing well. If you want a quick summary, the reason why is because that they have more and more money locked into Team.finance, and they're launching their mint soon, which is going to allow anyone to mint tokens and lock it up, provide that transparency. But also 0.4% of that goes towards TrustSwap holders in the form of farms. So anyways, that's the insanity that's coming up on TrustSwap. Also, just everything. I think one of the strategies that I've been doing is so I've been yield farming quite a bit. So you just collect money, right? You get yield, right? You make your money work for you, and you get a certain amount of money per day, right? You earn a daily income off yield farms. And what I've been doing is I'm taking anything I earn from that and then plowing that into the DEGEN side. Right, this is where my DEGEN pool comes from. It comes from all the yield farms that had offered me yield, and I just plow that into DEGEN stuff, and yeah, that's kind of working out for me. So, anyways, I'll do more videos and cover everything that's going on. I feel like, this is a time. If anyone is watching this is a time to spend a lot of time in crypto, right? Finding where all the best yields are, right? Whether you're pushing for 20 to 50 to 70% yields on your money, make your money work for you, and then of course take positions that are very risk managed. That's probably the best way for me to do it. Not financial advice, of course. You guys have to plan your own strategy. Everything is a big risk, of course. But anyways. All right. Liam Lehman says, "I love to hear your thoughts on Injective, man. Serious feeling of missing out as it's been stagnant for the last 3 months or so. Insane potential, though." That's actually a good comment. I'm gonna pick that up. Injective Protocol. Let's take a look at Injective. So it's up 6% in the past few days. Let's see. So it had its major rally in December times, and throughout, so ever since Feb, right? So Feb was $15. Right now it's $14. So it's been pretty stagnant. That's actually a good sign. That's a good sign. Interesting. Because I have a position Injective. I might want to increase that, in fact. Because one of the things I had, right? So I'll talk about Injective. I kind of always view these guys as very good trade guys. Like Injective and WooTrade are projects that I've taken positions in. And WooTrade exploded, right? WooTrade was one of those things that went from 22 cents all the way to $1.02, right? So it had like 2 extra digits in the front. So in that case, why not? Why not Injective? Huh? Why not Injective? Like strong team, derivatives trading doing well. I'll take a bigger look, but I might try to. That's a good suggestion. We got Pineal ROS says swap is moving to BSC, not just BSC. So I think one thing I did forget to mention for TrustSwap when I was talking about it just now is that the token, the Team.finance, what it allows people to do is it allows anyone to issue coins, but not just on Ethereum, right? Once Mint comes out, it's not just Ethereum. It's going to be on both. You can mint on BSC. You can mint on Avalanche. It's cross-chain. That's the crazy part. It's cross-chain coin minting and locking, liquidity locking. It's insane. So anyways, yeah, this episode is getting very, very degenerate. I love it, love it and hate it. Generally speaking, I'll have to tell you guys, when I'm like making YouTube videos and content, I try not to be very degenerate. Reason being is because that's not helpful to most people coming into crypto. Being more rational makes sense. But I feel like I do want to make you guys aware that I am taking on quite some aggressive positions that are risk managed. And yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Obviously, I feel like there could be potential to balance our today's video. All right, I have to talk about this. All right, let's see, what is this? What am I looking for? Funding rates. So I have to talk one thing, and this is a bit of warning as well. So funding rates tell us how leveraged this market is. The more leverage there is, the bigger the risk of a very fast, gigantic dump. All right. That's because everyone has these leverage positions, and if the market moves against that position, right? So if they have a leveraged long, they think the market is going to go up, it's leveraged. If the market moves just down 5 to 10%, it'll cause a cascading effect where their positions get liquidated. So their longs become shorts, right? Their longs have to be sold off. That causes the market to dump even more. So that's one thing to be very aware of in this market, is that the amount of leverage that's being taken in this market is very huge. A lot of traders think this market is going to go up. That's why they have these leveraged longs. And because of that, it makes this market a lot more volatile than normal. So this means that any sudden movements can cause even bigger movements and a giant candle down. So that's one thing to be aware of in this space. And we definitely see this. And why do I look at funding rates? It's that funding rates tell us kind of the ratio between the longs and the shorts. So the more positive this number, the more people are willing to pay for that long position, which also means the more bullish people are and the more long positions there are relative to shorts. All right, so that's kind of how to read this. So the more green it is, the more leveraged long people are doing, the more traders are bullish, and the more red it is, the more they are bearish. All right, so this is like, so you can see that the exception here, everything is green apart from Doge. So everyone is like, there's a lot of traders taking a short on Doge right now because of that insane growth. People are saying, oh no, oh my God, this cannot go on forever, right? But at the same time, I feel that's kind of highly dangerous too, Doge. Doge being Doge. Who knows? But yeah, so this tells you that people are bearish. This tells people that people are bullish. But at the same time, the amount of it tells you that people are in leveraged positions, which means that if there's a liquidation, be very, 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 very careful about that. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's content, obviously smash up the likes. We're going to continue on with the news. I know it's been a big detour around everything, but you know what? I'm going to give myself a little break. I have a video about NFTs to show you guys, and then we're going to continue on the news whilst I kind of prepare on my side. So this is my new strategy. So I've been working with Cryptonauts. They've been making really good content. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a short video about NFTs that the Cryptonauts folks have made for us. And this is something that I'm trying to introduce into this channel, where during the live streams, I get a little video segment. So it's both good for me because I get to break a bit, and it's good for you guys because you guys can learn something. So let's go and play that video from Cryptonauts.
Hey Box Nation, Captain Crypto here. First of all, big thanks to Michael for having me on his channel. It's really an honor. I've been a big fan of yours since the IOTA days in 2017, and now you're actually one of my sources for new and upcoming projects. I watch your live streams every week, and I can't believe I'm actually on it now. So, as Michael has mentioned, NFTs are everywhere. The NBA, Snoop Dogg, Pokemon, Logan Paul, Paris Hilton, like literally everyone is talking about NFTs. So we're working together to create a new segment that highlights some of the projects we like, whether it's for the tech, or it's gonna moon, or we just think it has pretty colors. Think of it like a news segment. Since this is the first one, we'll keep it short and simple for you guys and highlight some NFT projects we've been eyeing. But first, here's a quick reminder for anyone that's forgotten or is brand new to the game. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens that are used to show ownership of digital assets, and they're verified by the blockchain. You can think of this like collectible Pokemon cards, but digital. And each card has its own individual identity. When you buy it, you receive the certificate of ownership like the title to your car, except this certificate is on the blockchain for everyone to see. And then when you sell it, that ownership transfers just like any other asset in real life. So if you give me your title to the car in your house, then now I'm the owner of your car and house. So with that being said, our first NFT project that we are excited about is Refinable. As you may or may not know, the infamous Mr. Beast has invested in this project, and you know what that means. Subscribe for a chance to get some free money. Binance has also invested in Refinable, which puts it at the top of our radar. With Binance Smart Chain as the native network, it's going to be easy and affordable for anyone to access, whether you're a whale like Box Mining or an impoverished and destitute specimen like myself. We've also been creating some art to list on the Refinable platform as soon as it goes live. Who knows, maybe we'll even give away some NFTs, so stay tuned. Next up is one of my personal favorites, Super Farm. Elio Trades, the man, has come up with the genius idea of combining yield farming with NFTs. He made it accessible to anyone because you don't have to know code to launch a farm. The recent partnership with Paid has me feeling super bullish on this one. And also they have a great community, so be sure to show them some love. That's all for today, Box Nation. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to making more videos for you guys. And back to you, Michael.
All right, there we go. So I just revealed all my secrets, all my confessions just now. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys. But no. Okay, so guys, yeah, thank you Nathan for that segment. He is just absolutely amazing at creating content. His videos are super high quality, and just check out Cryptonauts. I'm definitely gonna feature him more on this channel. I feel like he's creating some super good content, and it's just some super informative stuff. Obviously, you've talked about two of my favorite projects, of course, Refinable and Super Farm, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot going on. In fact, you're gonna hear a lot more about Refinable coming up. There's just like honestly, not to be an endless show here, right? But the amount of work. So I've been literally calling them like every day, and it takes a while every day. It's a lot of my time being dedicated to making sure that this NFT project really takes off. So yeah, hope you guys can check it out. It's invested by Mr. Beast. Joseph Young's there. There's Binance is also invested in there as well. It's all about digital art at the beginning. So at the beginning, I think the easiest, lowest hanging fruit will be digital art. And there's a huge blue ocean for that on Binance Smart Chain, right? Because right now on Ethereum, we see the NFT space take off, but unfortunately, it takes around like $30 to do a transaction or a purchase. On Binance Smart Chain, that'll be like 3 cents, right? So it's night and day for anyone who wants to do collectibles, and it's so much cheaper. And there's just no good NFT big marketplace. So Refinable is going to become that one, right? This is why the team is pushing super hard right now to become the biggest NFT market on BSC. Boom. All right. And that's coming up very soon. There's a Polka starter whitelist that's coming up very soon. So just make sure you guys are on that. That's like, if you guys are interested into these whitelists, get on that. Like, do not miss out on this, right? I cannot emphasize this more. So yeah, Refinable is coming up. We're working super hard on that. I'm an advisor for them, and just busting their ass. Like, that's just like, I'm just like constantly busting their ass to make sure they're moving super fast on this. Super Farm doing super well as well on from Elio Trades. That's just like, that was one of the things that completely blew up. It's just amazing. So that's my take. I think NFT space, there's a lot of room to grow. There's also, of course, a lot of competition at this current point, which is why, pushing super hard is super important at this current point. Like it's a fiercely competitive space, and then of course, everything's gonna be crazy. Ghost of Chi says, remember those days when BNB was $5? Remember those days when Tone Vase on my channel and he called BNB a complete scam? That was when I de-risked some BNB. It was kind of sad. I've held BNB since the $1 days. Right. And then when I was at $10, I had Tone on my channel. We had this debate and he was just trash talking BNB. Like this was like the biggest scam in the world. It's the biggest shitcoin in the world. It's absolute garbage. And you know what? I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe there's some truth to that, especially because there's a lot of trust being placed on CZ because, of course, it's not an equity. Right? You have to remember BNB is not an equity. It doesn't give you any ownership of Binance. Right. So at that time, I thought, okay, because CZ controls so much, I mean, he's a big holder. Obviously, Binance controls it. There is a certain amount of risk element there. And it is true. But obviously, they also drastically outperformed the market. Right. Their exchange just completely blew up. It's dominated everything that's on this planet and engulfed everything. And now BNB at around, what, $500 something? Yeah, remember those days. So it's good. It's good that I still have BNB. I did de-risk, and it's one of my lessons that I've learned here, right? That lesson was that everyone's going to be entitled to their own opinion, and you can have debates and you can watch debates. And I was in the debate, but a debate shouldn't dictate what I do, right? I think that's also kind of important too. Like, and this is one of the biggest problems with media looking at coins based on the traditional way mainstream media looks at things, right? And you can even see that for Coinbase. We saw articles written about Coinbase saying, oh, Coinbase is worth like 5 billion in valuation instead of 100 billion. We saw Coinbase valuation going super high. And what mainstream media does, and it tends to do, right, is that it tends to have the extremity. So it has the extreme bullish and an extreme bearish, and they kind of duke it out, right? That's kind of like the big battle, the exciting battle between the bears and the bulls, and you have the most extreme example of one side and then the extreme example on the other side. Like, whilst that's entertaining for entertainment purposes, the biggest issue is that people who are inside the industry, right? People who have been analyzing these projects for a long time, they know what's up, right? And this is something that was extremely true during the .com bubble. People who were in the tech industry at that time, they knew the Amazons are going to perform. They knew Apple was going to perform even after the bubble ends, right? And that's what I'm more focused on now. Instead of just listening to that senseless debate and, it's exciting, it's cool to watch this mud wrestle, right? But at the same time, I want to know more and I want to make my own decision because I know so much and I know more than everyone else. The whole point of this is so that I know I don't want to sell Amazon. You don't want to be freaked out and sell Amazon, right? During the .com bubble, that doesn't make any sense. There's no point selling Google, all right? So that's kind of the philosophy here, where instead of being balanced in terms of what mainstream media is, it's been in a full understanding. And I felt like that would have benefited me from de-risking too much of Binance. And in fact, I didn't de-risk too much, right? I held it as a medium bag, but not a big bag. I think that was the kind of the difference that happened. But anyways, regardless, I don't have any regrets. That was one of my learnings from that example of Binance BNB. But it's life, right? It's life. All right. Lol, I get it, bro. I get it. Lol, right. I get it. All right. Cool. So anyways, I think this is pretty much it. Let me go very quickly through the rest of the news. So we got Genesis charts. This is something that I've been looking quite into a lot recently, taking that position up. They recently launched. It's kind of crazy. So Genesis launched. They've done their markets. They've launched Sister-in-Law Finance. They had a terrible launch, but they're doing a relaunch coming up soon. So that's coming on the 16th of April. Collateral DeFi is listing soon. So yeah, again, something I am watching. XFai is coming up. So XFai, they have a liquidity generation event. You guys probably saw the video about XFai. They delayed it to the 16th, right? So I was eyeing this on the 15th. They delayed it one day to the 16th. Reason being is they delayed it to a bit longer than that. So let me just XFai. They delayed it slightly because of the update to Ethereum. So recently they said, okay, the ETH network bug fix implementation is taking longer than expected. The XFai LGE has been moved to the 16th at 1 o'clock UTC, subject to Gnosis and Etherscan resync for the interest of our global community. Thank you for your understanding. So it's been delayed. Yep. So it was initially on the 15th. It's been moved to the 16th at 1. And then it's maybe delayed, subject to Gnosis and Etherscan. So if you guys want to be searching that up, that is there. I definitely want to say just big congratulations to Ethereum for that. The reason why there are delays is because the Berlin hard fork successfully deployed yesterday. I will have to use that word. But yeah, so Berlin hard fork deployed. It's very much back-ended updates to Ethereum. And one of the things that's meant to happen is it's going to reduce the gas usage for some certain contracts. So it's going to make it a little bit cheaper to send transactions. Not it's going to be a little bit more efficient. All right, that's the best way to describe things going on. So anyways, there's a lot more to do and a lot more analysis to do. I definitely want to make this video less than an hour. I think apparently 1 hour videos do a little bit better on YouTube. So I'm going to target for 1 hour videos very soon. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, guys. Make sure you smash up those likes. We got a lot of people here. We got like 600 plus people watching today. So guys, smash up those likes. It really does help this channel grow, and I'll see you soon. And make sure you subscribe, guys, because I do some spontaneous surprise live streams. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, if you're not clicking that notification bell, you won't see them. And a lot of times they provide very up-to-date, very recent information about what's going on. So yeah, don't miss out on that info. Well, and with that, guys, have fun. See you guys soon. I'd like to take the time now to tell you a little bit about everything that's happening in the box mining ecosystem. First and foremost, if you guys like listening to all that's happening in crypto on the go, then I would highly recommend you checking out the Box Mining Bitcoin Out of the Box podcast. And the reason why it's called Bitcoin Out of the Box is because we have long interview segments very much exploring the detail of the newest and latest of what's going on in this whole cryptocurrency space. Whole idea of it is to bridge that gap between knowledge privileged institutional investors and the rest of us here in this space. Now, with the podcast, it's on everything. So it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Google Podcasts, it's on Spotify. Just search it anywhere, Bitcoin Out of the Box. So just add that onto a playlist and then just follow the new episodes when it's released. Next up, we also have the Box Mining newsletter. So this happens roughly bi-weekly. We give you an update of the latest that's going on in a very summarized, condensed format. So this is perfect for anyone that wants an overview of the market. Say, for example, what's happening with OKX, the biggest event, or maybe the little things like what's happening with different coins and overall the trend. So what I use the newsletter for personally myself is to understand what kind of phase we're in crypto, to kind of get in tune. So if you don't read crypto every day, the newsletter is perfect for you. Last but not least, in the link down below, if you're a Telegram user, we have the Box Mining announcements channel. So this is to announce to you basically what's the latest videos coming up, but also we have a daily update, a community-driven daily update to provide you an idea of the latest updates on the day. And a lot of people have been using that to get informed of the crazy amounts of trends that we see. And I have to give a big thank you for Claudio, our community member, for doing this. It's just been phenomenal. Definitely want to give you a shout out there, Claudio, as well for that. And taking us to the end of the live stream, so make sure, number one, you click like and subscribe on this video because it really does help this channel. And then, of course, check out the podcast. It's one of the best ways to know a little bit more, to extend that knowledge, especially in your spare time. And then, of course, check out the newsletter. If you're, if you want those updates and summaries and trends, newsletter is the place for you. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you have a good one. See you in the next video.